Be right back. Yeah. Good morning, friends. Hopefully you guys are doing good. We're just going to roll with one today. Good morning, Christopher. How are you? For those at home, welcome. This is Paranormal Witchcraft, LLC. All right. So, welcome to Paranormal Witchcraft, LLC. I am Tobias Josephson. I'm the CEO. My wife, Fonda Josephson, is the Chief Financial Officer. And together, we run a brand new startup called Paranormal Witchcraft, LLC. Again, to remind you guys of the name, containment over chaos, evidence over egos. And this is where we approach the paranormal differently. Chris already knows that. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well. Yes, my friend. I'm doing okay. I got a little bit of sleep. I'm using my Salem bot, Salem, Massachusetts, which is Witch City, USA. I have been to Witch City Mall. If you did not watch the podcast yesterday with our friends, please go check them out. All right. And this is for anyone but us, Chris, who streams in here later. All right. And so it's called Dogman Teepee Hunting. Our friend, Matt Hornick, or my friend, anyways, in the least, was on. It was a great show. We talked about consciousness. We talked about UFOs. We talked about disclosure. We talked about all kinds of things. It was a great show. I find Natalie and Phil to be interesting. And they are the first people I've ever actually talked to overseas. And for me, that's new. So that being said, this is Paranormal Laboratory Theory number, forget. All right. But good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Paranormal Laboratory. Once again, I am Tobias Josephson. This channel operates differently than most paranormal investigation channels you'll see online or on social media. At 11 a.m., which is right now, we analyze the theory. Oops, what did I do? Sorry, I have OCD. Don't drive me nuts if I don't fix that. There it is. All right. At 11 a.m., we analyze the theory. At 8 p.m., we run experiments. Who is Dogman? That's Phil. That's his channel's name. Because belief without testing is what, Chris? Let's say it together. Storytelling. If you look at the top of the comments there, I have a question. When investigators use, it should say use, my apologies, communication devices, what do you personally trust more, Chris? The device or yourself, the investigator? So today we're asking a difficult question, which I just asked in the comments before the live started. Are investigators accidentally steering paranormal communication? Maybe. I agree. I think the best tool we have, Chris, is ourselves because we came from the divine, right? And we came from the universe, maybe both. Who knows? But nonetheless, there's something to what we are. There's something within us. We can kind of tune ourselves, and that's kind of what being a psychic is. You are just tuned to other frequencies that most humans don't have the curse of being able to have. I can tell you that being psychic, I haven't had time to stop and develop it further. And so for me, it's like someone kicking in your door. And I don't really particularly enjoy it, especially when I know what someone's thinking or trying and they're looking at me right in the face in chat and saying otherwise. It's really not a very comfortable feeling. And you have to bite your tongue a lot. When investigators use communication devices, guys, what do you trust more? The device, as we asked at the top of the chat there, or do you trust yourself, the investigator? Type either or in the chat. I'm going to say you can type both. All right. Remember, here at Paranormal Witchcraft, we aren't here to be condescending. We aren't here to be judging of anybody. All people are welcome, all faiths. That being said, you must know I am obviously a solitary eclectic witch. I run a very large metaphysical collective that some people might know. It's called Brotherhood of Male Witches. All right. Sorry, it's a private group, and right now it is off the table for this channel until I fix it. It needs a lot of help. So, the problem most investigators miss, Chris, let's talk about this, brother. By the way, welcome to the second channel viewer. I think it might be Truth Tarot or maybe Chuck or even possibly Matt himself. Welcome. Have you ever watched a paranormal show where two investigators heard completely different words or maybe different phrases, etc.? Maybe one experienced a tick and another one thought they felt something. But in the same space. So these two people experience something different in the same space. Have you ever experienced that? I have not, but it's totally plausible and logical, so I don't deny that at all. When investigators ask questions like, are you angry? When they ask spirits, demons, and whatever's passed over questions like, are you a child? Or did you die here? They have already framed possible answers. I want you guys to think about that for a second. Subconsciously, that's what they've done. And what is that? That's affecting the environment. They have already framed the possible answers by doing that. The human brain is extremely good at hearing and seeing what it expects to see and hear. We've talked about this before, more so on Facebook. So, have you ever watched a paranormal show or have you ever been in an investigation where two investigators, either around a device or in the same area, experienced something different? Type yes or type no. I have not, so I'm going to type no. Three forces that shape paranormal communication. When investigators use communication devices like this is an epoch box, all right? And this is for the people that have a hard time paying attention. People seem to like it when you turn devices on. Have you ever watched paranormal investigation or show where two people experienced something that was a little bit different? I have not. Okay. But I have no doubt it happens all the time. Remember, these places are dark, they're damp, they're cold sometimes. If it's in the winter, hot as fuck. If it's in the summer, you're uncomfortable. All these things lend to variables to every investigation. Every detail matters. The devil is in the investigative details. Mic drop moment right there, folks. Watch closely. Three forces that shape paranormal communication. When investigators use communication devices, three forces begin shaping in responses. By the way, we use a binder here. All right, this is everything we've talked about in the last 2 months, start to finish. So I'll give you guys an example of what this last one was, or the first entry. Okay, it was a 10 p.m. script, and it was the pattern nobody notices. And if I had guessed, this is about 60 pages. So this is probably about a month ago. So three forces that will shape the narrative, if you will. Personal, human expectation, either subliminal or forced. Where are you? Yes. Hi. There we go. He's back. It's back. She's back. Something's back. Or it's just a baseline hit. I disagree. All right. So expectation happens. Question framing happens. Investigator reaction happens. Oh, shit. All right. Just how it catches me off guard and I laugh. That's what we're talking about. That's great, though. Thank you. Pretty sure it's just a baseline. Yes. It agrees. There you have it. It's a baseline hit. Chris, you can type that if you... Oh, you already did. Right on. Let's see if we get a pattern, because that was two answers. One was no, one was yes. If it says or communicates in another way and beyond, then it might be a pattern. And a pattern creates credible and validating evidence. Once those forces enter the paranormal investigation, the people, the places, the things, the devices, investigators may begin unconsciously, accidentally, if you look at the title of the live stream, we're not here to attack people, okay? Investigators may begin guiding the conversation without realizing it, friends. Question number 3. Yes. I agree. Let's ask question number 3. I like you, whatever you are. So there's the third one. Now we have a possible pattern. Don't worry. They'll be back tonight at 8. So make sure you come back at 8 o'clock. Bring a friend or two. Which do you think influences communication devices the most? Environmental randomness, investigator expectation, or actual paranormal interaction? Type 1 if you think it's environmental randomness. Type number 2 in the comments if you think it's investigator expectation. And please type number 3 if you think it's actual paranormal interaction. I'm going to pause and take some comments from Chris and whoever else is in here. Baseline hit, baseline hit, baseline hit. That is 3. Environmental. Awesome. I like that answer. Who's the other person in here? That's probably somebody watching on a different platform. Welcome, whoever you are, and merry meet. Blessings and blessed be, as I like to tell people. Why this matters right now. Let me take a sip of coffee. If investigators unknowingly guide their responses unconsciously, they had a bad day, they're already pissed off. Unknowingly guide responses, 2 problems appear. Notice why I give physical examples every time before I finish a question. I want you guys to think of examples on your own, please. 2 problems will appear when that happens. We get a sense of false confidence, and we start projecting false narratives, either unconsciously, accidentally, subconsciously, whatever the case may be, guys. A random fragment becomes a message. You start seeing the shadows in the doorways that aren't really there. Yes. Yes. Okay. I think it would agree with us. Thank you for your answer. Can I continue? I'll give you a few seconds. I'll even move away from you. No? You want me to move closer? Okay.
Yes.
Are you in love with me? I know it's a strange question. Do you like me? Okay. If investigators unknowingly guide responses, two problems appear. We talked about it yesterday. You get that false confidence going. You start escalating false narratives. Before you know it, you're off to the races, and the entire room thinks you have a demon chasing their asses. They start screaming, running, dropping shit. You get the idea. It's like a storyline in the Minions. All right. So a random fragment starts becoming a demon, and a coincidence becomes a fucking conversation, and now Lucifer's after your ass, and you have to make a thumbnail that looks like this. Okay? Wrong. Watch closely. I'm going to slide back over in respect here. I turn the camera so you can see me. Let's see if this pattern is being induced by the environment or if it was me because I was too close as I continue. So watch closely. Pay attention right there. Because tonight, we pressure test this theory. Tonight's experiment at 8 p.m., we're going to run again our fourth or fifth, I think it's our fifth tonight, if I'm not mistaken, paranormal laboratory experiment. Every Thursday at 2 p.m., we have on Patreon a members audience only podcast where you guys can come and talk to me. And eventually, I'd like to bring other team members in. You can talk to me. It doesn't have to be paranormal. It can be about life. It can be about mental health. It can be about our lives, our weeks, whatever. You guys can show up in your underwear, whatever it is, in your most natural state. But we need people to give us our emails to be part of that audience so we don't need to worry about social media. All right. It's just becoming too much work. I'm trying to streamline the business. So I'm going to ask people, if that's something you're comfortable with. Nobody gets to see your email. All right. It's not something I'm particularly interested in. It's just how Substack works. So we'll have our second this Thursday at 2 p.m. All right. And
yes.
I think our friend here is excited for it as well. Okay. And then remember, I did make an announcement on the channel that I will be taking a week off to reset my mental and my energies. And that will give me the boost I need to get into the season and grind the fuck out of the fun of the paranormal field with our affiliates, Blue Mountain Paranormal, and through working with Witchfinder Dating Social Coven on social media, our two business affiliates. So have no doubt Paranormal Witchcraft is going to have a lot of fun and shenanigans with that other team. We get along, we laugh, we play together, but when we hunt hardcore together. So Blue Mountain Paranormal, Matt Hornick, if you guys are watching, it's going to be one hell of a year. And we couldn't be more excited to finally find the team that we were looking for a few years back. And that's just the nature of the business, guys. Tonight's experiment at 8 p.m., if you choose to return, we're going to run a paranormal laboratory experiment number 5 using this very epoch box that seems to like me, at the very least. Do you have anything you'd like to say? Is there anything you'd like to say to the crowd? You're welcome to. You're welcome to be my co-facilitator. You're welcome to say or do anything you would like to interact with the crowd.
No.
Okay, I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. Let me finish up here. All right. So that was great. Thank you.
No.
All right. Am I making you uncomfortable? Take your time.
Yes.
That's better. If I give you more time, you feel more comfortable. Okay, I can understand that, and thank you for communicating that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel awkward or on the spot. Thank you. So again, tonight's experiment will be a paranormal laboratory experiment number 5, using this device here and hopefully communicating some more with our friend. All right. And experiment 1, we will be using containment over chaos, evidence over your egos, please. Experiment 2, we're going to use the escalation and the chaos investigation techniques on purpose.
No.
You don't want us to use those? Hmm. That's an interesting data point right there. Almost an intelligent response. So you don't want us to use escalation and chaos?
No.
Okay. You guys heard that. All right. Okay. Are you a spirit that was sent to watch over me? Are you a good servitor? If you don't know what servitor is, go look it up. Did somebody send you to watch over me? It's a witch thing. Okay, I won't press. So tonight's experiment, we will use containment over chaos, evidence over egos. We will ask before we attempt experiment number 2, which is escalation and chaos techniques. I think it'll accept that. And then experiment number 3, silence, no questions, only lights out and observation mini investigation moment. Make your prediction right now.
Yes.
Okay. Says yes. Let's see. I haven't even read the question yet. You're playing along nicely. Thank you. I like you. Make your prediction. During which phase will the device appear most active? Why don't we use today's live stream communications as an example before I read the answers?
No.
No? You don't want them to use this as an example? All right. Make your prediction. That's an inconclusive answer. During which phase will the device appear most active? A, containment. B, during guided questions by somebody who's psychologically and emotionally stable for the moment and isn't going to unintentionally contribute to the environment. Or silence. You see how we go from experimentation to what happened in each 3 of those experiments. If you look at what's happening here, make your prediction. During which phase do you think this device, this entity, this energy will appear most active tonight at 8? Remember, you have to come back for that. I just thought I saw the lights flicker for a second. I wonder if that was a car passing by. Containment, type A. If you think it's guided questions, please type B. If you think it's if we do nothing and say nothing, silence, type C.
Yes.
Our friend here chooses containment over chaos and chooses silence. Instead of the escalation over chaos protocols, you've heard it directly tell you that. Thank you. Containment over chaos, evidence over personalities is what that's saying. The paranormal field does not grow by repeating the same methods over and over and over again, like we're seeing all over the internet. That's a pattern of escalation that everybody's following and everybody's watching, etc., etc. We're not here to call people out. We understand it's going to make most people uncomfortable. It might even piss some people off. We apologize, but somebody has to start asking deeper questions. There's a lot less investigating and more performing these days. There's device dependency problem. That's why we're doing the current experiments. People are so hardcore in their routines that they forget all you really need is yourself, a cell phone, and a flashlight, really. The passion will take care of the rest for you. It's nice to be able to afford the toys and stuff like myself and Matt Hornick and Phil and others do, and Natalie, I believe, might have some equipment, our friends. But it's not always about the devices. I think we were talking about that in the podcast yesterday. Phil, Natalie,
Yes.
myself. There you have confirmation.
No.
No? Well, were you there or weren't you there, my friend? Okay. But it came up in the podcast and the audience erupted in conversation. It was a great moment. And then Matt asked another question. I'll give you another example. What if humidity could affect some of our devices? All right. Fits very closely with what we're thinking, asking different questions as well. And so that was a great question. And it shows that we have a lot of common as separate teams. And so we can't wait to get this year started. I hear May is going to be the month nobody wants to miss. There it is. But the paranormal field grows by testing the repeated patterns. Containment before escalation, structure before assumption, evidence before ego. And tonight we will run some more experiments. I'm going to say goodbye to you for now. Is that okay? Do you want me to turn you off so you can rest? Or do you want to still be in the room with us? I don't think you mind, huh? Okay. Well, everybody will see you tonight. Thank you for talking with us today, whoever and whatever you possibly might be. It really helped out the live stream, actually, and you gave really good answers on cue, oddly, which piques my curiosity even more. And so we will see you tonight. So say goodbye, my friends, before I turn our friend off here. Blessed be Truth Tarot readings, guided questions. Truth Tarot readings said B. Christopher said goodbye to it. Divine Sorcerer was in here. Good morning, my friend. How are you, Michael? And Truth Tarot readings again said cool. Good. And Christopher Stant, baseline, that's back then. So let me count the baseline hits real quick, Chris. Jesus, there's a lot. Holy fuck me, man. Well, I would say we got a pretty good pattern.
Yes.
I don't think I need to say anything else. So, with that being said, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to go eat some breakfast or lunch. All right. I don't eat like most people eat. I spent 30 years in the trenches of supermarket, retail, corporate world. And so a lot of what I do is high energy, eat on the run type shit. So, what I really should be saying is I will take a brief pause before I come back and start working on tonight's script, experiment, etc. I actually have some beakers. I don't know if they're in here. Yeah, they're in the paranormal witchcraft office because I didn't want it to mix with the metaphysical, but until it gets warmer, it's okay. So if I just cleanse the space, or if I'm just using the space for one group,
Yes.
if I just use the space for one group like I am now, like Brotherhood needs like almost complete restructuring by the time I make it back to it, but the rule I made is going to help a great deal, etc., etc. So, uh, anyways, I went off on a tangent, so I'm going to turn this guy off. We'll see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. So goodbye. Thank you for your pattern.
Yes.
All right. Are you going to show up for us tonight? I actually have a piece of iron in front of me. I don't think you're demonic, but I have a piece of iron in my hand here, and I'm pretty sure even if your energy or whatnot over there on the other side of the veil, I'm pretty sure you can see this. And I would assume if I get this close to you, you're not going to like that. Can you make the epoch box go off with a yes or no if this bothers you or not? But I don't believe you're a nefarious anything. I just wanted to show the audience that. I don't get that type of energy in here at all, but I always have iron on my person because you never know who you're walking around or what you're going to be close to. Anyways, so it's for an acquaintance. I picked it up at, I think I picked it up at Black Cat Minerals, or I've picked this up at a metaphysical event somewhere. But anyways, so I have to get off here actually and finish my application for Witches Weekend, and that will be in Houghton Lake. And there's no guarantee they're going to accept me, but I figured we're going to try it. We're going to try vending this year. I'm going to choose a 4-hour block for the last night of the event. And it's an outdoor, like moonlit type witch market. And so I figured it'd be a good start for the business. And as far as anything else, I still haven't received any offers for interviews or any offers for events. But then again, I'm not surprised. For the person I am in both communities, I'm not the most liked gentleman. But that doesn't mean there's not people out there who won't see the benefit of working together with paranormal witchcraft. So we'll see. A lot of people out there want to use you for something or get something from you, and they disguise it as friendship. All right. So that's why most people won't find me on social media lately. I've just had enough of that kind of behavior over there. And I'm just going to leave social media apps alone because my focus is my business. All right. And then eventually fixing the Brotherhood of Male Witches. All right. So that is my main two goals now this year is to straighten out that collective. And it's going to start by going through the membership like I have already, 5 years. Anyone who hasn't even said boo in there, whoosh, right? They've been removed. And there's probably thousands more, etc. And so by the end of the year, we'll have people that are actually waving to each other. They're actually talking nice to each other. And the community in the Brotherhood of Male Witches, all 13,000 of them, will either fall in line or they've been thrown to the curb for trying to be loud. Okay? So that being said, we will see you guys at 8 o'clock with our experiments. I'm going to attempt the second one, escalation and chaos investigation techniques. It has answered us a few times, or has seemed to answer us a few times, that it does not like that idea. I will be making a couple shorts with the communications and stuff. I really thought that was cool. So that being said, I'm going to turn our friend off. Goodbye. Thank you. And we're going to close up here, guys. Chris, thank you for tuning in. Michael, thank you for tuning in. Rachel, thank you. It was an honor. Michael, thank you. Enjoy your afternoons, and we will see you tonight with the purple trench coat on. All right. And we will get into some experimentations. Blessings and blessed be. And remember, we are Paranormal Witchcraft, LLC. And this is where we approach the paranormal field differently. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Blessings and blessed be.